Jeffrey Baffle here. Good morning. First, bring in the HumbleBumble Chess coffee mug. Again, greetings. It is Monday, May 18th, 2020, and coming to you with another chess-related video. Let me sit up straight here. Wanted to talk about a little bit about my self-published book, Benko Gambit for the True Believer. Now, one of the things I probably should, address is that where do I get off talking about a book that I self-published when I have a relatively low rating? I mean, people who put out chess books, for the most part, are titled, what they call titled players. Masters, international masters, grandmasters. And where do I, a very humble, abjectly, grovelingly humble alphabet player, get off putting out a book? That's a good question. That's a valid question. My peak rating was in the early mid 1980s. So gosh, 40 years ago? And it was above 2,000, so that made me, for a brief shining moment, it made me an expert. Now, being a much older person, in my early 60s, I am a habitual Class A or Class B player. The thing that helps me to put out a credible product is the fact that, first of all, it doesn't make me an idiot because I don't have a high rating. I can have valid ideas and valuable ideas, even though I don't possess a rating. I'm working on raising my rating. So to do that, first of all, we got to get out of this stupid lockdown quarantine thing, and I can get back to playing in tournaments. Online tournaments, I wouldn't trust people's ratings for online tournaments. There's just too much funny stuff that can happen there. So if you want a person's true idea of a person's strength, it's what is their over-the-board, in-person chess tournament rating. So anyway, I'm a reasonably intelligent person. I have valid and valuable ideas. My book, which is self-published, I have probably a worldwide press run of 4 or 5 copies. So I'm in the process of updating it now. I originally did this in like the early 90s, so I just want to go through it. The other thing that helps, I think, even amateur people like myself put out a good product is the rise of the very strong chess engine. Engines nowadays are literally world champion strength. So we can check out ideas that look good, that may be tactically flawed, and we can clear out that stuff. So now even I, as a humble amateur, can put out stuff that's relatively free of any sort of errors that even the very strongest players in the days of old used to fall victim to, because they only had their own minds, whereas I got this super strong engine backing me up and helping me to put out a good product. So HumbleBumble Chess Services. It's got my little graphic that I designed here, little fighting, so a symbol that means fighting. And I wanted to just talk about that. And then also to one other topic here I had was, where are we here? Here we go. Is I did get a hard copy edition of My System. My System. There we go. My System. And I got this through a used book service, and even though it's not that old of a book, so it has the advantage. This is 2011, so it has the advantages of being a unfiltered, and they call it uncensored. I don't know if it was censored, but it certainly was. When it came out in English, maybe the right word is they butchered it. So in other words, they butchered the translation, and just drained a lot of the life and the style and the energy out of Nimzovich's original German text. So that has been restored in here. I'm going to go through this book pretty soon. But I just wanted to mention that and to let you know that even for very current books, and the markup on books is really high. So books, what it costs to produce them versus what you cost to buy them is unbelievable. The markup on that, and it's I'm not saying that's improper or wrong. It's just be aware of that. So if you can get a book through used sources, you're going to save a lot, like 25% or more. This book did have a couple little dings. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, it's even hard to see, but there was a little bit. Oh yeah, there's up in the upper corner. There's a little bit of a mark. So, you're gonna not get the pristine copy that you would from a brand new bookseller, but it's worth it to save the money, especially if it's available. So not all the books that are out are available, and some you can only get from primary sources. But anyway, that's it for today. Thanks for tuning in. Humble Bumble Chess videos, Humble Bumble Chess services. Check us out. YouTube, search Humble Bumble Chess. Got about 20 videos and making more all the time. So thanks again. Bye-bye.